What's up, everyone? I want to say thank you for tuning in to the very first episode of Living with Joe. In just a moment, you're going to meet my family, the people living with me, and you'll see why I feel like I'm truly blessed to have them. I want to encourage you to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the candid moments that are captured, and you'll see what it's like living with Joe. I also want to add, feel free to engage with us. Comment below if you have any questions for me or anyone in my family. Without any further ado, here's the very first episode of Living with Joe. Thanks for watching. Hi everyone, welcome to our channel. This is our first introductory video. Of course, you got Abby Rose in the background making all kinds of noise. That's part of our life. She is loud. She's big, loud, and there's nothing little about her. We're just inviting you in so you can see our weird moments that we have, funny moments, serious moments, just life that we have in our family here, everything that goes on. I'm gonna introduce myself. My name is Joseph. I got plenty of nicknames. I go by JoJo. Some people call me Joe. My mother calls me Joe B because my father, you'll meet him in a minute, he is also Joe. So they consider him Joe A, but they don't call him Joe A. They just call him Joe. So they call me Joe B. So I respond to all of it. I respond to all the above.
Your neighbor calls you Louie?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I go by Louie too. I'll have to explain that. Many years ago when we moved here, what, 2005? 2005. I met the neighbor. His name is Mike. At least that's what I know him by. He could be something else. Let's see. Since that day, he's called me Louie, and I've never corrected him on that. We are now in 2019, so I think that's a little too late to correct him on that. So when he says, "Hi, Louie," I just wave. So anyways, yeah, that's part of my nickname. He's the only one that calls me that. Gina decided lately to start calling me that when I shaved my goatee. She didn't know who I was. She didn't recognize me. It's finally growing back. But so she started calling me Louie.
Hey, Louie.
Let's see. Part of me, I just resigned as being a police volunteer. I do auto detailing on the side. I play in the worship band at church. I play keyboards, a little bit of bass, and I sing. So that's about it for me. Next up, we have my beautiful wife, Gina. We have been married for 22 years, correct?
Yes.
I don't want to get that wrong. I can't even remember my own birth date or how old I am, so it's pretty good that I can remember how long we've been married. I met her in church. I think she was 12. You were 12 when I met you?
Yes.
And I knew right off the bat, I knew that she was going to be the one for me. She didn't know it. She refused to accept it. But no, I knew. So every few years as we were growing up, I'd ask her, "Okay, you ready to be my girlfriend now?" And she kept saying, "Nope, get out of here." we ended up being best friends, and of course, when you're best friends, you don't want to take it to another level, because if it doesn't work out, you don't just lose a boyfriend, you lose your best friend. And she didn't want to take that risk. But after several years, and I say years, it wasn't just a few months, several years in convincing her that we would be fine, because we had a strong enough relationship, as being friends, that we'd be all right. And the rest is history. We have been married, like I said, for 22 years, and they've been great. She is, what's your title?
Wife.
In work. That's my dad.
IT support.
Oh yeah, she's in IT support. She's in IT support analysis.
That's basically what it is.
Yeah, she's for a steel company, and what she does is, if they have
Resolve
issues with their
issues,
computer,
troubleshooting issues,
troubleshooting, yeah, they have to put in a ticket, and she grabs them and fixes them. Anything you want to add?
You don't talk much.
No.
Yeah, she's very quiet. You're gonna see, if you read the description of the channel, you're gonna see that she's the more level-headed, quiet voice, the soft voice of reasoning of us. But like I said in the description, she's very funny. She's hilarious. She doesn't think she is. She says she's not. But you have to pay attention, because if you're not paying attention, you'll miss it. She says some funny stuff. So pay attention to her. Next up, we have my father, Joe Jose, Pastor Joe. He is the pastor for Point Man International Ministries, and he is a U.S. Marine. He served in the Vietnam War. How many tours did you serve?
Two.
Two tours.
67, 68, and 3 months into 69.
All right.
Was the 3rd Marine Division in the I Corps.
And let me tell you, like I said in the description, he is still tough as nails. This guy, I consider him my hero. He was involved in an accident a little over a year ago, in February. This past February was 1 year, and it was a horrific accident. He rolled off the freeway down an embankment, approximately 60 feet, and the car nose dove, nose first, and flipped about 4 times, I believe, and landed on its roof. He was in a Dodge Durango Citadel, and that thing looked like a Fiat after he was done. It would look like just a ball of aluminum foil that was just crumpled up into a big ball. He sustained 15 broken ribs.
Yep.
And a punctured lung, lacerations to his spleen and his kidney. But he lives to tell it. And I'll let him tell you a little bit of what he saw or what happened at the accident. And then I don't know if you believe or not, but how else would you explain this?
Well, when I was going down, after I was cut off by a small little vehicle that kept on going, didn't even decide to stop. As I was going down, I said, well, Lord, I guess this is it. It's been a good ride. At that point, I was the only one in the vehicle, mind you, into the steering wheel and the windshield of the driver's side, as well as in the passenger side. 2 angels appeared to me. I was not hallucinating. It was the real deal. I have experienced death and angels in Vietnam. It's not a pretty thing, but this time it seemed to be on a different note. And when I saw them, they communicated to me, not like I'm talking to you folks out there, but they told me everything's all right, and they hugged me at the same time, and that's all I remember for about 2 weeks. I was just out of it. My family said that I was talking, but I really don't remember. But at that point, there was a time where after I recovered and got into my right mind, I guess you would say, I remember going through like a very large tunnel. Very large tunnel. Not a small one, ginormous. People would say there was a light at the end of the tunnel, but I was in the light of the tunnel. I could hear people talking, I could hear people crying and laughing, and all kinds of conversations. And as I was moving forward, like if I was walking, but my legs were not moving, but I knew I was moving forward, walking. I still get emotional over this part is because someone at the time that I didn't know who it was, but I know who it is now, someone grabbed my right hand and I heard the words, "He has to go back." And I know now that that was the voice of God, but the one that grabbed my hand was Christ Jesus. I just wanted to let you all know that God is real.
Wow, that's amazing. All right, thanks, Dad. I appreciate it.
Alrighty then.
Next, we have my beautiful mother. Her name is Merle. She grew up. Well, you're the lucky one. Where did you grow up? Where were you born and raised?
I was born in Honolulu, Hawaii, and I was raised in a town called Wahiawa in the middle of the island of Oahu.
Wow. And you still have family and friends there, correct?
Most of them are not living in Wahiawa anymore, but they're still on the islands.
Yeah. Oh, nice. And you have an aunt that she's turning 100 years old?
Yes. My Auntie Miyako is going to be 100 years old in July.
Nice.
Her father, my grandfather, lived to be 101 in excellent health.
When did you move here to California?
I moved here right after I graduated from high school. I went to Lelehua High School in Wahiawa. I graduated in 1965. And soon after that, I moved here because my parents and my brothers had already moved here. And so I joined them after graduation. I wanted to graduate with my friends.
How did you meet my father?
Yeah.
Well, to hear him tell it, he exaggerates. But we met at a New Year's Eve party that my best friend from college, her sister was having a New Year's Eve party, and he was there, and that's where I met him.
Okay. And was it love at first sight?
Nope.
Oh, come on now, honey. Talk the truth.
It was for him, apparently.
Yeah. Well, he was this big bad Marine that thought he was God's gift to women, and I didn't like him.
Not to women, just to you.
No, you thought you were God's gift to women.
Yeah, not even have my uniform on either.
But I didn't like him because he came on too strong. But after a while, I got to know him a little bit better because my best friend from college was seeing his friend. And we would go to their apartment, and so I got to know him a little better, and he wasn't such a bad guy after all.
Been 48 years now. 48 years.
That's
Yeah,
amazing. That's amazing. Some people don't even last 4 years or 2 years. She is an associate pastor with my dad at a local church here.
We have 2 children. One is my son Joseph,
That's Louis.
Joby,
That's Louis.
Jojo, or Louie. And we have a daughter, Sabrina. Sabrina is married. She has 4 children, all girls. And we just love our family. Family is number one. Well, no, let me put it this way. God is number one. family is second.
Yes. Yes. My mom, like I said in the description, she's a person with a huge heart. She has a love for people. And even if the rare chance that somebody comes across that she doesn't like, she still loves them. She loves everybody she comes in contact with. And that is my parents right there. And last but not least, we have my niece, Kayla. I have 3 other nieces. I have several nieces because of Gina's side. But from my sister, I have 4 nieces total. Kayla is my youngest. She is 13?
Yeah.
13 years old. And what grade are you in?
8.
8th grade. Typical teenager. And she's got the attitude to prove it. She's a good girl. So Kayla is in the 8th grade and she is going to be starting high school. Are you ready to graduate?
Nope.
No, you're
Nope.
not? You don't want to graduate?
Nope.
You want to stay with your friends? Yeah? Are most of your friends going to the same school as you, the high school?
Yeah.
They are? Okay, so you're not going to be losing much, so it's time to move on. Right now you're a big fish in a small pond, and you're moving up to be a little fish in a big pond.
You're gonna be a guppy.
A little guppy. But it'll go by quicker than you think. It'll go by quicker than you think, and then all of a sudden you'll be graduating from high school.
Slow down there.
Eventually you'll meet my sister Sabrina and the rest of the family. But these people here are the people that we live with here in this property. My parents live in the front house here. We have 2 houses on a lot. And Gina and myself live in the back house. And Kayla lives with my parents.
Yeah, Kayla. She got caught watching TV after she was supposed to go to sleep. So I'm coming back down a hallway, which is like a bowling alley. It's so long. And I see a little bit of light. And then as I'm walking forward, I hear a thump. So I go into her room over here. And I said, why did you throw your remote on the floor? She goes, I did. It fell off the bed. I said, she threw that remote off like it was a rat on her bed.
No.
Yeah, she got
No.
caught. She got caught.
No, that's not what I told you.
You got caught.
That's not what I
You
told
got caught
you.
watching
What
TV.
did you tell him?
I told him that it was like laying there because like when I came home, I was trying to look for my remote and I couldn't find it. Then when I was going to bed, I like flipped over and then I hit my elbow. And then it turned like, it hit a button and it turned on and I'm turning it off and I threw it so it won't bother me again. And then he caught me and he thinks I'm watching TV.
Yeah, she was.
And then I hear her saying, you know why? Because she's trying to find out who wins on American Idol. In my head, I'm like, why?
That sounds more logical.
No. But then I'm like, why would I do that when I already know who wins?
That sounds
Because I looked it up on Google.
That sounds
truth.
more realistic.
That is the truth.
That
Tell
sounds
the truth.
more
Tell the
realistic.
truth. Where do liars go? Huh?
But see, you're gonna learn. You too, fam. You're gonna learn. That's typical Kayla. And when she gets caught, instead of just casually just turning the TV off and just setting the remote down, she turns it off and just throws the remote like, no, nothing. I didn't do nothing.
You have a reputation. She's turning it around. She's gonna turn that reputation around.
That's not what happened. I'm telling the truth.
She's a
this time.
she's a teenager.
Yeah.
She's telling the truth this time. She
So
said.
good. This time, yeah.
This time,
This time.
if you always tell the truth, we would believe you.
But I am today right now.
So for, you
Today.
so for you teenagers out there, when you get caught, too
Don't
bad.
throw the remote.
Don't throw it. Just turn it off.
Just turn it off.
Don't throw the remote.
Own up to it.
So there you have it. This is my family. A lot of funny moments. I hope we capture them. The cameras will probably be rolling most of the time, but we'll miss them. Some things. But welcome to our channel. I hope you like it. This was just an introduction, so you get to see hear a little background of who we are, what we do. We're just regular people, but we love our family. Like my mom said, we are family orientated, and we love family. My father and my mother had said, once you come in this house, you're no longer friends, you are family. So we're welcoming you into our home. And I hope you like the channel. Hopefully it goes far. Please like, share, and subscribe, so we get this out there. We appreciate the views. Thank you very much. We'll see you in future videos.